If you are involved in a work accident or what you believe to be a work accident while driving, number one, call 911.
If you're working and are injured in a car accident, what rights do you have? We're going to talk to attorney Rebecca Halberg about that on today's Ask the Lawyer. Rebecca, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you. So if a worker gets into a car accident while on the job and is driving a company car, what should they do?
That would definitely, or actually most likely, be covered by workers' compensation. So if an employee is out driving either a company car or running a work errand, they should first call 911 and then they need to notify their employer of the accident.
So if the person was injured, are they entitled to workers' comp in Georgia? And kind of walk us through what that process is like.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're out driving a company car and involved in a work accident, even if it's your fault, it is covered by workers' compensation. So you would notify your employer of your injuries, and in Georgia, your employer would give you a list of doctors to choose from, and you could begin your treatment.
So what if you're injured while on the job, but you're not driving a company car, you're driving your own personal vehicle? Does that change anything there?
It does. So there are some exceptions to it's called the going and coming rule. So there are some cases that are covered when you're driving to or from work if you are in your own vehicle. So I tell everybody, if you're injured driving to or from work and you're not sure if it's covered by workers' comp, just call a lawyer, because we know we can kind of get into the nitty-gritty and figure out if it's related or not.
Okay, so does fault matter in these situations? Would you still get workers' comp if you're at fault here in the accident?
Fault does not matter for workers' compensation purposes. And so as long as your work is the drive was related to work or you were operating a company vehicle, it would be covered by workers' compensation regardless of fault.
Okay. So having said that, are there any additional claims you could file if the accident was the fault of the other driver?
Absolutely. So if the other driver caused the accident, you may have what we call a third-party case against the at-fault driver. And in some circumstances, if the at-fault driver was either driving a company car themselves or acting as well on behalf of their employer, you may have a claim against their employer.
So the bottom line is what, Rebecca?
Bottom line, if you are involved in a work accident or what you believe to be a work accident while driving, number one, call 911. Number two, notify your employer. If you're medically able, take pictures of your vehicle and the other vehicle, and then seek medical treatment.
Well, fantastic information. Great job. We appreciate you joining us. Thanks, Rebecca.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
And that's going to do it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. My guest has been Rebecca Halberg. If you want to ask her about your situation, call the number you see on the screen. Thanks for watching. I'm Tom Mustin for Ask the Lawyers.